waves in a summer breeze at DuQuoin, Illinois. And in this section of the land, it means only one thing: the American trotting horse at its very best in the glamorous, prestigious Hambletonian state. 1968 is the year of a super horse, Nevele Pride. And he and the Hambletonian have been on a collision course ever since the great colt swept top harness racing honors as a 2-year-old. The day before the Hambletonian, caretaker Andy Murphy analyzes his fleet but exceedingly eccentric trotter.
Well, my opinion of Nevele Pride and the 2 years I've been with him, I've come to the conclusion that he's just a big show-off, a big playful colt. He's high-spirited. He has once occasionally a little mean streak in him, but most generally he's just playing with you. Once in a while he'd get nippy and kicking, one thing and another, but just a big show-off. As far as eating habits, he's the same as any other horse. He gets no special feed. He's a wonderful eater. That's why he looks so good. Maybe I give him a little bit more than other horses get, I don't know, but he just is a wonderful doer, a wonderful eater. Well, on the racetrack, he's a perfect mannered colt. I say most of the time. Once in a while he gets a little idea in his head he'd like to take a nip out of some other horse or driver on the track, but that's only occasion. He really don't mean it. Winner's circle is something else. Gets up in front of the cameras and, like I say,
has captured the fancy of race fans everywhere. And today, above all, he's Mr. Box Office himself. Will the rest of the Hambletonian field have a chance? Let's find out.
Well, we're talking about a great horse. No question about Nevele Pride being a great horse, and of course the Hambletonian's a great race. I've seen a lot of Hambletonians, drove a lot of Hambletonians, I've seen a lot of upsets. But from what I've seen of Nevele Pride, as a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old, I don't think the other horses can beat him. They might be an upset in this one tomorrow, but then, in my estimation, I think that Nevele Pride is one of her great trotters of all time. If he's all right, I don't think that they'll be able to beat him.
Well, the old saying goes, anything can happen in a horse race. And I always hope that a big race like this, there's no mishaps, and the best horse will eventually win, and usually happens, especially going 2 heats. I think the big race will be really to see who'll get in behind and follow Nevele Pride, because I imagine he'll be at the front past the quarter pole. I've got a nice leaving horse. He's a nice race horse, but he hasn't beaten even the second and third horse too many times this year. Dart Hanover, especially a fast-leading horse, and Snow Speed, especially a fast-leading horse. They both trot all the time. Most all the horses do stay on the trot good. I think it'll be a real good horse race.
A tough job to beat Nevele Pride. I believe that the people this year are going to see one of the greatest trotters that ever lived, Nevele Pride, driven by Stanley Dancer. I don't think that there's any horse that can compete with him. Barring all accidents, Nevele Pride will win a Hambletonian in straight heats.
Well, outside of Nevele Pride, I think it's going to be a big race. Naturally, everybody likes to see the best horse win, and I think Nevele Pride's been the best. He's proved that, and I'd like to see Nevele Pride win it just because he's been the best right down the line.
Well, that's how some of the nation's top drivers feel about Nevele Pride and the 1968 Hambletonian. But on this beautiful Sunday afternoon in late August, a near-capacity crowd will turn out to see for itself. A dangerous challenger today is Snow Speed, winner of the big American National at Sportsman's Park 2 weeks ago, and the pride of Castleton Farm. Dart Hanover was third in the $150,000 Yonkers Futurity. Coleman is a handsome son of Speedster, who produced Hambletonian winner Speedy Scott in Speedy Street. Keystone Starlet, fast, formidable, and one of 2 fillies in the 9-horse field. Now the slow-motion symmetry of Nevele Pride, the easy, effortless power which in 1967 made him the first 2-year-old trotter ever to win the Harness Horse of the Year award. Driven, trained, and humored by Stanley Dancer. Everything in readiness now, including Hambletonian proprietor Bill Hayes and two of the prettiest railbirds in captivity, Ann Roberts of Western Harness and blonde Cheryl Miller of the popular Daktari television series. Australian broadcaster Bruce Skaggs ensures that coverage of this racing classic will again be a global affair. Mothers get ready to leave their children behind, and the ageless Hayesfair Acres gelding, Pronto Don, driven today by Press Genuine, tells the huge crowd that it is indeed Hambletonian time. Last one out is Nevele Pride. He's drawn the extreme outside post. Post Parade, first heat of the 1968 Hambletonian. Keystone Spartan, driver Del Miller. Carolyn Sue, driven by Jerry Coleman. Dart Hanover, Saunders Russell up. Snowspeed, Ralph Baldwin up. Master Yankee with Jim Laurent. Coleman, driver Jerry Graham. Keystone Starlet, driver Joe O'Brien. Larengo Hanover, Bill Houghton up. And Nevele Pride, handled by Stanley Dancer.
Harness Racing's 9 fastest 3-year-old potters move in behind the starting gate for the first heat of the Hambletonian. Here they come. A-Rock and trotting Dart Hanover is first away. Nevele Pride from the outside, driving hard for the lead, and Snowspeed off stride at the start. Nevele Pride from ninth post position roars to the front and opens a quick 3 lengths around the first turn. In second is Dart Hanover. Keystone Spartan is third. Carolyn Sue trotting in fourth, and Master Yankee fifth. Keystone Starlet is sixth. Coleman seventh. Larengo Hanover eighth. And Snowspeed trailing after that early miscue. As they move over to the quarter-mile mark, Stanley Dancer takes Nevele Pride to a 4-length lead in 29 1/5 seconds. It's Nevele Pride out in front, turning into the backstretch by 3.5 lengths. In second, Dart Hanover, 1.5 lengths. Keystone Spartan third by 3 lengths. Trotting fourth is Carolyn Sue down the backstretch. Master Yankee is fifth. Keystone Starlet sixth. Larengo Hanover begins to move up from seventh. Coleman is eighth, and Snowspeed trails the field. That's Nevele Pride, 2.5 lengths in front, moving down the mid-backstretch. In second, Dart Hanover, 1.5 lengths. Keystone Spartan is third. Racing up fourth on the outside at the half-mile mark is Larengo Hanover, and Carolyn Sue is now fifth. Master Yankee sixth. Keystone Starlet is seventh. Around the far turn, Nevele Pride 2 lengths in front. Dart Hanover is strong second by 1 3/4 lengths. Keystone Spartan is third, 1 length, and Larengo Hanover is now fourth. In fifth is Carolyn Sue. Coleman sixth on the outside moving up, but it's Nevele Pride by 3 now as they move over to the 3/4 mile mark. Nevele Pride past the 3/4 in 1:31 4/5, and he turns for home 4 lengths in front. Nevele Pride leads the field in the Hambletonian first heat into the stretch. Nevele Pride by 3. Dart Hanover second. Keystone Spartan coming on. They're in the final 1/8 of a mile, and the leader is Nevele Pride by 4. Stanley Dancer looks back. Nevele Pride looks forward, draws away by 5 lengths, and wins the first heat of the Hambletonian by 4 lengths. Eased up for Stan Dancer in 1:59 3/5.
The great Nevele Pride, never being pushed and still cruising the mile in 1:59 3/5. And for Stanley Dancer, who has won just about everything in harness racing excepting the Hambletonian, it's time to relax, just a little. He's halfway home with a colt that looks downright invincible. Nevele Pride tolerates a quick bath without trying to eat the sponge, but he does have a few choice words for all blankety-blank photographers who invade his privacy. Despite Nevele Pride's domination in the first go-around, there will be no dropouts for the second heat. Second money is worth over $28,000 today, and third money is over $13,500. Nevele Pride moves from ninth post to the rail for the second mile.
The field moves in behind the starting gate for the second heat of the Hambletonian, with Nevele Pride down along the rail, and his 8 rivals fanned out next to him. And here they come. trotting, Nevele Pride on the inside takes the lead. Snow Speed out fast, Keystone Spartan, Keystone Stylet, and from the outside, Carolyn Sue. Around that first turn, Nevele Pride 2 lengths in front. Keystone Spartan second, Carolyn Sue driving up on the outside from ninth post, now moves into second. Keystone Spartan is third, and Snow Speed is off stride once again. Moving over to the quarter-mile mark, Nevele Pride with a 2-length lead. Carolyn Sue second, they're past the quarter in 28 1/5 seconds. Onto the backstretch, Nevele Pride leads a length and a quarter. In second, Carolyn Sue by 2 lengths, and in third, Keystone Spartan. Dart Hanover trotting fourth, Larengo Hanover is fifth. Keystone Stylet racing sixth down the backstretch, Master Yankee is seventh. Coleman is trotting eighth, and Snow Speed trails. They're moving to the half-mile mark with Nevele Pride out in front by 2.5 lengths. Carolyn Sue is second by 2 lengths. In third is Keystone Spartan. Past the half-mile mark in 1 minute flat, Nevele Pride trotting easily leads the way by 3 lengths. Carolyn Sue is second by 3 and Keystone Spartan third. Dart Hanover fourth, Larengo Hanover is fifth. Keystone Stylet sixth, Master Yankee seventh. Coleman is eighth and Snow Speed ninth. And Nevele Pride pours it on. He's now in front by 4 lengths and widening out without effort. It is Nevele Pride leading now by 5.5 lengths around the turn to the 3/4 mile mark. Nevele Pride past the 3/4 in 1:30 and 4/5. Here comes Keystone Spartan, moves up now past the tiring Carolyn Sue. It is Nevele Pride at the head of the stretch. He's in front by 7 lengths. Keystone Spartan is second. Racing in third is Dart Hanover, and Larengo Hanover is fourth. In the final 1/8 of a mile, Nevele Pride is drawing away. He has opened 7 lengths on the field. Nevele Pride coming to the wire, cruising by 5.5 lengths. Keystone Spartan second, Dart Hanover third, Larengo Hanover fourth, Master Yankee fifth, a mile in 1:59 2/5.
And Nevele Pride's straight heat Hambletonian victory was so devastating that he never saw another horse in front of him at any time on either trip. Far behind him, but still on their way to the bank, were Keystone Spartan and Dart Hanover with second and third money respectively. Owned by Ben and Julius Slutsky's Nevele Acre Stable in the Catskills and by Louis Resnick of Ellenville, New York, Nevele Pride is a Star's Pride colt out of the Hoopman mare, Thankful. He was purchased privately for $20,000 as a yearling by the Nevele Acre Stable, and his Hambletonian victory today pushes his earnings well past the $500,000 mark. When this colt eats cigarettes and caretaker's fingers for breakfast, he's likely establishing a whole new trend in horse nutrition. Winner already of the Yonkers Futurity, Nevele Pride will go on from here to win the Kentucky Futurity, and thus the Triple Crown of Trotting. Only Scott Frost, Speedy Scott, and Ayers have accomplished this in the past. Well, it's a great day for Stanley Dancer, too. This classic has been a real will-o'-the-wisp for him.
Stanley, your first Hambletonian victory, how does it compare with some of the other big ones?
Well, this is the biggest thrill of my life. I win bigger races, but this is the biggest to me.
Comparing, in comparison, how about the horse? How's Nevele Pride?
Well, I think he's the greatest horse I ever had. There's any doubt in my mind, and we'll find out a little later on. We'll set him on. But he's a great horse.
Congratulations, Stan.
Thank you.
Nevele Pride, rated by many as the very possible successor to Greyhound in the trotting world record books. Today, he did nothing to change their mind.